Hello, welcome to OpenEMR training. The first segment will be related to basic clinic setup and user setup and overview. I'm going to log in now as the admin. The URL is given to you by the virtual machine when it starts up and is typically up here, 192.168.1.some number/OpenEMR. That will get you to this main screen for login. So, log in as admin. Current password is PASS. Your user IT guy may have changed this. First thing we're going to do is take a look at the administration section, which only admin login has access to. And we're going to take a look at the users. There are, we're going to turn off the bottom half of the screen so you can see more. There are 5 active users right now, and they represent the role sets for each of the people in the clinic. There's an administrator, there is a med tech, there's a nurse practitioner, there's a registered nurse, there's a supervisor. You would edit these on the clinic instance to be the names of the actual users. Take a look at the med tech and for their roles. The med tech user is active, meaning that they are allowed to log in. The passwords at this point are the same as the usernames. They can be changed at login time by the user. The MedTech has no authorizations, that is, that they cannot authorize other medical records or any medical records. And their roles, their current access control rate is that of clinician in front office, which gives them basic MedTech role and appointment scheduling capability. The nurse practitioner, registered nurse has similar access levels, and the nurse practitioner is the primary provider. Therefore, they are authorized and therefore show up on the calendar. Should remember to select the facility where that person practices so that that will be their default calendar entry. And nurse practitioner should have their correct ID numbers listed. They have a role set of physicians. The supervising physician is the same as the nurse practitioner in terms of its role, except that the authorizations are all, meaning that the supervisor can authorize all encounters, review and authorize. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, normal part, is we're going to go into the calendar and set up Nancy Freeman's who is our nurse practitioner. We're going to set up the hours of operation. The default hours of the operation are 6 to 6. There's always a 30-minute overlap in the schedule. We're going to go into the 11 o'clock hour by clicking Add. We're going to change this to 11. We're going to set them up for lunch. So I'm going to change this to lunch, and I'm going to make it recurring. So it repeats every day, and I'm going to have it repeat for a year. You can also add in-office and out-of-office blocks and other temporary things on a short-term or a long-term repeating basis. Okay, now I'm going to log in as the nurse practitioner themselves just to show you what that looks like. So we'll log out here. Okay, so you can see when she logs in, she gets the appointment schedule up at the top of the screen for the day, and then at the bottom any notes or authorizations. This is sort of the work list of things that have been sent to her to do by the MedTech or by the RN or anybody else in the system that addresses a patient note specifically to the nurse practitioner. Next, we'll be covering the basic workflow.